Hello, hello, Shadow players, and welcome to the stream. Now, when you think about how numbers play a role in like mysticism and cult activity, 8 would be the perfect one to play with because if you flip them on their side, they're the infinity sign, so they're never ending. So having multiple of them in one day would be perfect, like prime real estate for any cult activity to manifest something. At least that's what I'm thinking is going on. We're dealing with cult activity um, back in 1880 and 1888, dealing with some cult stuff. But the numbers are just fascinating to me. So I don't have any like number that I'm like I don't like, or like I just kind of keep away from, like the number 23, um, or 13, or stuff like that. Um, I do have kind of a special relationship with the number 11, but that's a story for another time. And I believe I told that one prior. So, but I know I am extremely early, but I couldn't wait, and I'm struggling with my story right now, so I want to get in, kind of just let my mind unwind, and then go back to it. But there's a big game, mini game where I want to finish and I want to play, but I wanted to have another game like the Wardwell House, and this is from the same developer. So I have a feeling that we're in for a nice treat. But going into this, I will specify there will be a lot of reading. And if there's a wall of text, I will focus on reading it myself, because if I have to worry about a time frame reading it out loud, it will not be read in its entirety, I will not understand the story that I'm following. So if it's a wall of text, I will just be reading it silently to myself so I can understand it. And if it's a simple like line or so, I'll be able to read it aloud. But that's just how it is, and I wanted to specify that I want to be able to follow the story because these one are good. So I'm looking forward to this one. So let's get in and play. Because I want to play and then I want to write. So we're going into Needle, Alabama, is what the, what town is. Whoops. Sweet. Headphones for best. The game also saved on scene completion. Okay, so my mouse leaves the screen yet again. It's at a point and click, so I'll be moving this way, so my mouse is constantly over here. So, oh, forget noise. Nice. Spookiest thing yet. Loading. Chapter 1, Apocalypse. Today the last day, and it would have been nice to see the blue sky one last time. Or this, instead of the thick fog, but oh well. Okay, so I have to go this way, otherwise my mouse will be leaving the screen. I think so, but I will just keep it nice. I reckon it's going to be a busy day. I've got many folks to say my farewell to. So wait, did you know that it was gonna happen? I like the fog. I had this is old English. I love it, but sometimes I just don't know. I had it fit for these long walks. My old lady is worn out. I'll go meet the Eagle family first and spend time with the little Susie. She's about 12 and my most favorite child in the world. She's as a Georgia peach, always with a big smile. Always had a big smile. Okay, so Susie. I often see her reading through the window there. She'd been helping me read and write, but that gibberish just don't stick in my head no more. I don't learned how to I done learned how to write my name and a few things, but the letters always turn upside down. Upside down writing, huh? I'll take the flower for Susie. It makes her merry. Oh, it makes her merry. All right. My cat is clawing at the door. This is where the town children play around these days, this time of day. But I don't see no change of, see no sign of them. They usually be out about, they usually be out here raising Cain, but not today. I apologize for reading this Old English. I don't think it's Old English, but very broken English. I apologize for that. One time, some town children were playing near the pond, and they saw something move about in it. Very windy. When the children came closer, they saw the escaped black prisoner. I reckon he got shot while trying to escape, cause he was bleeding and an awful lot. Right away, the children started throwing stones at him. Yeah, we're gonna be dealing with some racial activity in the story as well. Uh, Fair warning. One of the stones landed right in his eye and blinded him. This area was just puddles of red that didn't stop. That didn't stop the little rascals though. They laughed and kept pelting him until Susie came out. She gave the kids hell for what they were doing and made them scramble away. Oh, good. Okay, somebody was kind enough. So Susie had a heart, which is nice. Oh, Susie told the prisoner to hide in her shed. She told no one about him but me. Boy, was he in terrible shape. It's kind of at like a Dutch angle. Well, the guards saw the blood stain here and figured that he was hidden nearby. They found him in the shed and oh shit. Did Sudi pay the price? Is anybody home? It's me, old Joffrey. Look, I got some flour for little Susie. It's funny, but I hadn't. Why hadn't they? Why? I'm not sure what word that would be. Why aren't they? Ain't they home? I'll come back later. I'll come back after I meet the other folks, some other folks. Normally I can make out what they mean, but that word I haven't seen before, so I'm kind of tongue-tied on that one. Apologies. It reminded me of hadn't, but it just didn't make sense. But what's this? Whoops. This is George Grady's house over yonder. Let me go say my goodbye to him. Okay. So he seemed to know there's something going on. Let me look downward because I remember missing stuff that was down, perhaps up. Ah, there it is. Why, where is everyone today? The whole town feel doggone quiet. Hadn't so much as a mouse stirring about. Maybe everyone at the temple, but I didn't hear about no ceremony or gathering today. Okay, so he came across Needle and they're gone. Hey George, get home. It's me, Joffrey. Godfrey. I don't know why I say Godfrey. It's Godfrey. Jordan hid Mrs. Mrs. being trying for a child almost 6 years without no luck. George shared George shared his plight with our Lord, Father Glorious, and was told to bring his lovely wife to the temple for the divine blessing with the Father himself. Well, that was almost 9 months ago, and would you know it, she gave birth to a healthy boy. Hmm. I have uh, some questions about that. Mm-hmm. Of course, that's my bad for assuming the worst in people, but you can't trust that stuff. Just the other day, I seen George here telling some older folks about how the town hadn't gone put up with the lie no more. He said the trust is broken and that we ought we all to start an uprising. We be lied to for too long. Those were his words. So he knew something was wrong. Okay. That wasn't cool. Music stopped and there was sound over there. Yeah, no thank you. Stop playing with me. There's Miss Wilson's place. She's an old widow that took care of me for many years. She told me about the religion, but said I hadn't allowed to go into the ritual because they're evil. Okay. Now we're getting information. She's a fine cook too. Can't no one cook like her. Just the other day she brought so much food to the ceremony that it made a man's mouth water. Tarts and cake and sandwiches, and I just don't know what all. Okay. Miss Wilson, George, and little Susie. Like the Warble House. Actually, I think it is. Same kind of picture. Of course, none of us town folk got out much to eat because the temple elders got served first, and then the temple guards had their fill by by and by. When it's our turn, but there were nothing left except crumbs. Well, that's bullshit. That's a load of crap. It should be the folk can eat first before everybody else, before the temple guards and this house is decayed and in shabby condition. I should have listened to Miss Wilson and painted it when I had the chance. but my brain can't remember so good. It's the last thing I could have done to repay her for her kindness. Hey, there she is, sitting in the window. How do you do, Miss Wilson? Maybe she'll offer me cup of chocolate, a cup of cocoa. That that's my most favorite treat, and it'll do swell to enjoy it one last time. Oh, hello. Okay, just had to make sure. Open up, miss. I've been thinking about meeting you since morning. It's good to finally meet someone in town. Ma'am, it's Godfrey. I saw you at the window just now. Hello? Nah, man, you saw something else. Why, gee willikers. Something ain't right. It ain't right. Has it happened already? Did he know and he went on a walk before it happened and missed it? That's what it sounded like. Where are we going? I think I'll go talk to Ernest. He's a black servant over at Judge Rabno's house. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Rabno's house. Even if there is ceremony at the temple, sure as heaven, Ernest ain't going to be invited. Memory of Catherine Wilson, 1810 to 1885. 1885, widow of John Wilson. It's too quiet. I don't like it. That big place at Judge Robinhood's house. He's he'd also big. He'd also one of the founding members of the temple. They say him and Father Glorious been friends since childhood. Father Glorious, what a name! Gunshots in the distance. Oh shit! The judge and the father was both were both just a couple of regular farmers from Needle, Alabama. But now look at them. One's the county judge, and the others are dear Father Glorious. Live in thy Lord's hand, for thou can for thou that for thou can't grasp his ways. Father Glorious said in a sermon just the other day. Okay, so live in thy Lord's hands, for thou canst grasp his ways. Okay. The faint sound of the faint sound of leaves rustling in the wind makes it feel so lonesome and mournful, as if the whole world is dead and gone. Yeah. Hopefully, Ernest will tell me where the whole town gone to. I like to say my goodbyes, cause hadn't known had no knowing what's going to happen tomorrow. Gunshots. It's a full-on firefight. What it sounds like. Hello, Ernest? Oh my lord! Who the shooting and firing? Stop firing at me, firing at me. It's old Godfrey. Got it? Who's out there? I better hide behind the house before I get shot. Holy shit! I couldn't read that. That was too damn quick. I got to sit tight and be extra quiet. I'm trembling all over and can't stop shaking. Look, my hand won't quit quivering. Yeah, and the screen is slightly quivering. The town has been talking about the day would come. Most of the folks lost their trust, but they should have stayed silent. They knew darn well the temple guard is capable of. What's the guard nearby? So I'm being followed. Dear Lord, please save me. I hope I'm safe here. I just gotta hush and not make so much of the squeak. We told George Grady that he's asking for muck by raising too much questions. Don't know what became of him. What became of all the others that doubted the Father. The temple got eared everywhere. Now look at the dreaded mess we're in. It's a wall. Oh, I'm downstairs. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm in the backyard. I can't hear him no more. I think the guard went back to the temple. So wouldn't be out in the open there, Godfrey. I don't know why I want to say Godfrey. Let me try again if Ernest is home. My old heart is thumping so fast, it ain't good for me. I have to go all the way around. Please, Ernest, I beg you, open up. I'm terrified. I ain't. God damn it. Looks like they're still here. I need to find a hiding place quick. Hang it. It's locked. This one locked too. Oh shit. There's some guard walking nearby. Fucking shit. There we go. Oh. I was zoomed in until I couldn't see. Oh Lord, please make him be gone. Let me Let me go have a peek. Why are you venturing out? My God, my God cursed those darn guards. I reckon they went back to the temple. Yeah, you hope. But still don't explain where all the folks is. Everyone, everyone's gone and disappeared into the fog. For all I know. Whoops. Farmer Jim lived in that house down yonder, and that's his barn next door. He's a firm and fervent believer of Father Glorious. Never misses a sermon or ceremony at the temple. He's always dressed in his fine white cottons for all the rituals. Says he's been to all of them. Huh? Say at least his house, his horse and cows ought to be there. Seeing any sign of life will be heaven sent for my soul. But I feel terribly alone and empty. I could have sworn I heard footsteps. I almost said that. Same here, Godfrey. In the way I zoomed in. There hadn't there I don't know how to say that one. There ain't no animals, no horses or cat and cows. One of Jim's cows had a calf that was recently sacrificed. Jim would have personally sacrificed his his old trusty steed if father so asked. Yeah, sacrificing animals, not good. Many of the town folk have been giving Jim the cold shoulder recently. George Grady told us to be careful what we tell him, cause Jim's only loyal to the temple. Jim has changed an an awful lot since he became a believer. He warned he wouldn't like this. He won't like this. Okay, so watch out for Jim. Uh, a rotten stench is coming out of that shed. I wonder what remains Jim put in there, put in there, but it's decomposing and giving off a rancid smell. Ugh. It's always not the best. No use for this firewood no longer, but it's been laying here untouched for years. Okay. The whole town's the whole town's supposed to gather in this field tomorrow for the decisive day. Father Glorious had his heavenly vision in this same field more than 20 years ago, angel came down and gave him the holy revelation that the day of that the day that was the day a regular old every Cartwright became our Father Glorious. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Somebody claiming to have a vision and speaking to a tight knit small village. I often sit here and stare at the sky to maybe catch a glimpse of those angels. They say Father Glorious's black hair instantly turned ashen white after his encounter. I remember once meeting Jim after the first of the rituals. He had a crazy look in his eye, like like that of an old madman or a murderer. He smelt of smoke and burning like and burning kept chanting glory, 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 like a raving lunatic. He became feverish after that for almost a week. Ooh. He caught the sickness. Ooh. I'll look at that in a moment, but there's. It sounds like. Oh, yep. Oh, God. I was gonna say it sounds like rope swinging. I was right. That used to be Father Glorious's house, but now it belongs to Warden Henry. Say, that's a good idea. I'll head to Cartwright, Cartwright prison, and maybe they'll know what the deal is. I'm sure that the prisoners are still around. See, I ain't no dummy that everyone make me out to be. You're trying, man. You're trying so hard. And now we can see it. But what was that? Strange. Chapter 2 Demons. I made a long walk to the prison and can't believe it. This been my daily walk to work for many years. My legs hadn't. Oh, God. Oh, that lens flare is awesome. Very nice. Oh, right in front of me. Hey, Billy. It's your old friend Godfrey. I ain't. I hadn't reported for work. For work, so don't get any ideas. You hear? Open up quick. I gotta tell you about the town and how nobody's, how everyone missing. Just as I suspected. Just as I suspicious. Ain't no sign of him. Well, Billy's always been a lady slouch, so maybe he's off napping somewhere. Alright. It's locked. Oh, hello. Like, boom, right in my face. I've been a janitor in this prison for many years, and Billy was always talking my ear off with all the gossip in the world. I mean, it makes the day go by. You can easily bypass it and not pay attention to it. He talks so darn much of every of the that he no dog barking this. God damn it! I missed it. Fuck. Oh my god. Oh my good lord. I hadn't seen a single person all day, but the sound of that sounded like a damn dog Stonewall is alive and well. I hope to gracious he hadn't come down with us tomorrow. I didn't get to read the other one. God damn it. It took so long trying to figure out how to read it. This broken English is a struggle to read. It's fun, but it's hard. I hate all the guard dogs here, but none is worse and more vicious than the Blossom Stonewall. Rumored is that he was brought here from Cuba. He was confined at the pup and daily starved, given a snack only when he chased a black person. Oh God, that is horrible. Extremely horrible. He was beaten so often that his skin had thickened. Now he got rabies just he got rabies just at the sight of a black man. Maybe whom he's maimed and eaten. God, that was a fucked up sentence. I'm sorry. That one fucked me up. Oh, hello. Why he's become so violent that they almost never take the muzzle off him, or he would, or he'd even bite the warden. The best thing is to put the dog down if you have that massive of a dog that doesn't listen. Oh, damn. It hadn't been. It was my bad luck one day that I was cleaning near the kennel area and Billy had forgot to put the muzzle back on him. Well, that god darn Stonewall bit through a chunk of my left leg, and I hadn't been able to walk right since then. There's always been two guards up there in the tower, but Eight had no sign of them. Neither. Billy told me that that the guard killed Abe weeks ago when he was trying to escape. He was older than 80 and would have known he he got get shot. Maybe that was his purpose. Huh, damn. was just tired, probably. Boy, this place is getting shabbier and crummier since they fired me. Billy tells me that I was the best janitor this place had ever had, but now it's falling apart. Why, just look at all the decay everywhere. I remember this. I took it out one day. I took it out on that day when. Why can't I read? They took it out on the day they did work professor's on professor's head. When Judge Rivian showed up to see it in person, strange thing to celebrate. What? I'm totally fucked that up. So it's just a picture? I have no idea what it is. Oh, I shouldn't be zoomed in or I'm gonna miss something. Oh, we go in here. Read letter. Oh god. To the Honorable Father Glorious. No, stay. I had written to you earlier as to as to the proposed leasing of more convicts. As you are aware, our company has been leasing convicts to Cartwright Prison and have been paying our fair dollar value for them, not to mention the personal donation to the temple. However, our request for 30 more convicts had not been met, and we are in dire need of more blacks. And 400 of the 400 we originally leased, more than half perished, and work on the railroad had drastically slowed. Our shareholder is not happy. I beg you I beg that you pardon my bluntness, but for the last time, please send more black or we shall look elsewhere. Ugh. Montgomery Railroad. That's horrible. I hate that. Where am I going? Go here. Let me go talk to Warden Henry and see what he figures. Most of the townfolk saying that Warden Henry ain't a bad person, but I disagree. Even even when he was a plantation owner, he was well known across the country about being brutal with with how he treated his slaves. Hmm. Warden Henry has been a colonial during had a colonial during the Civil War, and I believe that further hardened him into who he is today. No black prisoners so much as moved when they heard Henry when they heard Henry would coming through. Huh. Another one. Dear Henry, it was brought to my attention that Alabama's state senator Robert Robbie Burns Robert Burns is forming a special commission to investigate claims of abuse of the prisoners. I am convinced it was leaked by a desirable special from Alec from Ohio to see that he gets what he deserves. Control the death and torture in the prison for some days, and for heaven's sakes, have the whole facility cleaned. The English language does not have the sufficient word to express the utmost stench in that prison. Clean up the vile prisoners and make them at least presentable before the commission comes. I am pressing some litigations, some legislators, and even Avery to put an end to the Dashity Commission. Therefore, till I hear from them, I remain your truly, Judd Thomas. So totally just out of just a plain old mess. This office is mighty comfortable compared to the rest of the run-down prison. I sit here sometime while cleaning if the warden weren't in. After away from all the chores and cruelty of the cells. The chaos and cruelty of the cells. It's so bad. Read letter. My dearest friend Avery, I pray this letter find you in the best of health. I have not been regular at the temple these last few weeks, but it's only because I have been busy sentencing so many new convicts for our mutual benefit. I endeavor to bring to your attention the bothersome Senator Burns and the commission he has formed to audit the prison. We must quell this commission, though protest by the town people. I propose that you heat up the town against the blacks. Perhaps a rape accusation followed by ritual will get the town into a frenzy. Tell the town that Burned and the commission want to send all the black rapists and murderers free onto women and children. P.S. Young Mary has turned 14 and quite a beauty. I shall be glad to arrange a trust between us during the next ceremony. Oh, that's wrong. Why? Why? There, there's a growing fear in me that is already happening because Billy and the warden ain't here neither. What'll become of old me if everybody already gone? If everybody's already gone. God, broken English is so hard to read. I'm trying to understand it as well as I read it. It's so hard. The black prisoners had got to be in their cells because Father Gloria said many a times that it'll only be the white folks up there. Let me check the cell blocks. there won't be any. Either they won't be or they're all dead. These cell blocks, these cell blocks, these cell blocks feel dead and hollow, just like everything else today. I always hear cries and groans and screams here, here, so the silence feels spooky and and depressing. Yeah, right. It's sweltering hot, and I'm drying up with thirst. I'm drying up thirsty. I'll sit here after I figure out what's going on. Oh, let me not zoom. Oh God, is this a cell? I didn't enjoy cleaning the toilet one bit. They'd be overflowing with filth and the smell always was putrid. But I did it dutifully because I'm a good janitor. Oh, this is a cell. What the hell? They're usually around 20 convicts crammed into one of this here cell, sweating in the scorching humidity. One of the prisoners, Titus, was kept here and was always friendly to me. Dear God, 20 in here? Holy fuck. That's bad. Where am I looking? Okay. He used to be a slave and didn't have no place to go once he was freed after the war. One day he was sitting under a tree minding no business, and the sheriff arrested him for vagrancy. Oh, that sucks. All right. So they have a history of that stuff. Uh, I mean, that could play a part in this disappearance, but I want to know more about why this has happened. Judge Judge sentenced Titus for 5 years for that. He was he was leased out to a plantation for a few months after where he and 10 other convicts were told to clean the swamp down in Jackson County. To clear a swamp down in Jackson County. Where am I looking? Whereabouts am I looking? Where's the neck dot? Oh, there it is. I hear they were chained. They that they was chained for days in knee deep full of muck. Make it many got malaria from mosquitoes and ticks constantly eating away at them. Dear fuck. This is extremely horrible. This entire section. No wonder I called demons. The Alabama sun got Titus and am so thirsty that they drank the same filth swamp water they've been standing in and wasting in for days. Most of them died from sickness, but Titus made it out. Holy God. I mean, is he for survival, but still, that's no way to live. He was sent back here just a couple of weeks later because the plantation owner, Mrs. said he followed behind her. He fi- one evening that spooked her, and she about complained to her husband. Okay. Titus told me he just wanted to ask her for some water and didn't know what he did done wrong. Fuck. This broken English sucks. Trying to read it. If you did that, Titus was back. Father Glorious told all of us at the sermon that a young black man had dared touch and raped a white woman, and he'd been brought to divine justice. Oh boy, divine justice. Here, fuck. They held a ritual, and Titus was invited, but he didn't go because he promised Miss Wilson he would never. Promised Miss Wilson. Oh, but I didn't go because I promised Miss Wilson I wouldn't. I never saw him after that. He was no more. He was no older than 15. God damn. Into another cell we go. Was that a bell going off? Or was that like rotting against bars? Whenever I'm in this cell, it makes me heartsick and blue. There was a prisoner that had been that here, and he'd become a friend of mine. His name was Isaac, but everyone called him Professor. Weren't even from the South. He was a newspaper writer all the way from Ohio. He was the only schooled black man I ever did see. Whoops, let me zoom out so I can see. Well, he come down to the South to write about how things was going 10 years after the Civil War ended. The judge didn't like him snooping around our town. Of course, just like that, Edie Pickens then. Oh, letter. Read letter. Oh dear God. Okay. Most expected Senator Burns. I take the liberty of describing to you the deplorable conditions as I have witnessed of prisoners at Cartwright Prison in Needle, Alabama. Convicts are brutally tortured and tormented on a daily basis. They are leased out to corporations for profit in the form of legal slavery. Work conditions are at least at the company are deplorable, and most convicts are afflicted by exhaustion, malaria, dysentery, and gunshot wounds. Nearly no least convict make it back alive to the prison. Oh dear God. Senator, I urge you and your fellow Alabama legislator to to probe the disgraceful disgraceful exploitation that is taking place at this prison. Judges, sheriffs, and the police are part of the racketeer. You 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 will likely not receive more letters from me, since I fear I will be leased out soon or worse. Your faithful friend, Isaac Jones. Oh boy. Okay, so the death sentence then, and people knew it. So they not good. Professor was accused of stealing a chicken and sent here by the judge for 10 years on the count of grand theft. I never quite figured why a well-to-do man would steal a chicken, but it was his word against the white farmers. Yeah, so he was doomed to lose. Over time, he got to telling other prisoners about how things was in Ohio, starting filling their heads about mumbo jumbo like freedom and rights for blacks. Well, Billy ran his big mouth off to the warden about this, even though I told Professor to stay quiet about such ideas. The next day, all the prisoners were brought in this area, and the guard dragged Professor out of his cell. Judge Ravenel even came and was given a nice seat. All the rest, all the rest of us had to stand and watch. I don't even want to know. The professor was tied down to his chair, and the doctor were brought in and said he'd be doing some sort of what the hell? By hooking up a big wire to the professor's head. Doc pulled down a lever and sent electricity through him. I've worked here a long time, but never heard such cries of pain and agony like I did that day. I remember the foul stink of burning human flesh in the air. Can I please be done with this section? I really don't like reading about this. This is extremely horrible. The professor was never the same. His jumbled words didn't make no sense. He just gazed into the distance with drool running down his mouth. That's what happened to blacks that think too much around here. Dear fuck. Ah. I found the dead body in a cell a few days later after that. I'm done with this section. I don't want to read anymore. This is too much. I want to know more about the temple and Father Glorious. I'm These sad memories were making me miserable. I just wanted to be the sermon, at a sermon at the temple where Father Glorious always gave us hope. I used to like sitting on the ledges during. Oh, mercy sakes! That Stonewall barked, and it sounded nearby. Fuck! Didn't get it rated. Run. He trembling. I remember the pain when his fangs pierced into my leg all the way to the bone. 3 men had to pull him off, but it ripped meat from my leg. Ugh. I've cleaned up a mess the mess many a time after they used Stonewall on the prisoners. One time a body was barely joined to the head because he eaten clean through the neck. Took me all day to clean that mess of blood in the cell block. Ugh, fuck. This is horrible. God, all the terrible memories of Stonewall are flooding back to me. 5 prisoners was once planning to escape, and the warden rounded him up and stripped him naked. Oh God. We were trained by the hand and let Stonewall and a couple other dogs gorge themselves. I hear footsteps getting closer. I have to hide in one of these cells and pray he doesn't see me. Oh, whoops, I went the wrong way. I saw my mouse. See if there's any dot. Oh. It's a huge dog. Oh man, I didn't even get to see what that thing was. I can't hide heat all day. He'll smell me out. He'll taste. He's tasting my blood. I know he won't. He won't go. He won't go just my leg today. Dead. I'm dead afraid to leave this cell right now. Yeah, I would be too. And yet we're gonna do it anyway. Okay. Better be prepared to fucking run. Sound like he'd gone off to the other end of the prison, so I'll head the other way. I got to stay on my toes because he could be lurking in the shadows. Yep. Ah, the date. Looks like some of the prisoners got scribbling today's date, tomorrow's date in the prison. Billy probably never told them that they're going to be left behind during the apocalypse. Father Glorious always said Only you, the true believer, shall ascend to heaven. Oh, cult activity is so interesting. And the people who are true believers are just as interesting and insane. Oh God. Boy, I get downright giddy just thinking about the promised land that Father told us of, where the where the cream and honey flowed in streams, where the ripest of fruits hanged on every tree, where it's only us believers in the green hills and meadows. Oh, yes, many of the townsfolk get God's doubts, but fathers, especially especially that George Grady. But I still dream of that day when the angels will fly us to the heavens. I think you missed it, Godfrey. You missed it. I don't know how, but you missed it. It came a day early, it seems. Somebody really ought to outright talk sense in George. One day, why the other day, him and many other townfolk were saying there's gonna need a lot of help against the temple guards. So the uprising. I wonder if it. I wonder if they did early get the uprising, and it just happened that the entire town disappeared. I'm looking for the next dot. Where is it? Oh, there it is. And dog's my cat. George said the prettiest thing I ever heard in all my born days. That the town outright ought to free all the black prisoners so they can help take down the temple guards. He's gone plumb crazy. No, he's actually right because he may, gather strength behind him in numbers. What exactly does he figure he gonna do? That he's just gonna march right into the prison, open up the cells? Yeah, pretty much. Why not? Can we be done with the prison now? Oh, it's raining. Excellent. Ooh, I guess George thinks it's going to be a simple walk in the park. He probably thinks he's easy he he's easily gonna come down this here wall. Ugh. And suppose he hides among the trees in these burrows so the guard don't see him. Ah, you hide in the barrens. And suppose he somehow climbs up this wall and gets through this window. Why not? It can be done. Easily can be done. You try hard enough, you will it. That's just thunder, not gunshots. And once George gets in, I suppose he's going to open all the cells and free the black prisoners and convince them to march with him to the temple. he really believes I'm going I'm gonna give him an extra set of keys that I still got. And does he expect the prison guard and the dogs will be asleep? They're gonna welcome him with open arms. Hmm. Well, it depends if he's a silver tongue or not. He could talk his way into it. Gotta look at the dust. I don't know that the prison guards all maybe shoot and fire at every last one of them. It'd be a bloody massacre. Yeah. God, it's dark in here. Holy shit. Uh, if all the convicts ever did get out, I can I can only imagine what they'd do to the prison guards. Maybe a group of them would even go after Stonewall for all the terror he'd done. Probably revenge and all that stuff. This prison is fucking massive. Hell, at the end of it, you'd probably get George Grady's body among all the dead riddled with bullets, even if the prisoner did get out. Probably. No, no, no. All this can't happen. Someone better talk some smarts into that boy George, for heaven's sake. I'll have a word with him if I can find him, that is. They're gone. I want to understand why. I'll find my way out of the prison now. Ain't nobody here except Stonewall, and no one would ever hear my wail for help if he attacks me. Good on you, Godfrey. Get out of here. Oh, God. It's a giant ass rat. It still sent chills down my spine when I come near this cell because this is where they used to keep Moses. I feel like spirits wander and haunt this area. Okay. Any more? Ah, he used to be a slave and had told others on the plantation about how his ancestor used to do some kind of witchcraft or voodoo many years ago, but he didn't believe in such gibberish himself. Okay. Does it mean to zoom in? Oh god, we're in the cell. The plantation Moses was at almost had 100 pigs, but but they all got swine flu once. The sick hogs would just lie down all day and huddle together in a pile most of them vomiting with high fevers and diarrhea. Blech. Fucking nasty. A few weeks later, their back legs stopped working and all the hogs on the plantation died of illness. Huh. The plantation owner got the hearing these rumors about Moses' witch's ancestors and accused him of putting an evil spell on the pigs and his farm. Judge Ravenel sentenced him for witchcraft. Huh, just as easy as that. That's so scary. It's just as easy. If you don't like somebody, it was so easy to convict them of shit. Oh, the lens is all sideways. Moses was sent here, although he said he didn't know nothing himself about no witchcraft. That was only his ancestors. A few months later, he was here. Many of the prisoners got sick with cholera. What is that? Looks like something. The view getting wonky. Again, people started to blame Moses for the sickness, although he had gotten sick and almost he had gotten so sick he almost died. God damn. Many of the prisoners died from the disease. I hate cleaning up the cells after a pile of dead bodies would dispose because I didn't want to get the nasty sickness. Pray the glory Father that I didn't get sick during that time. Hmm. The warden decided it would best to lynch Moses because he didn't want him putting no witchcraft at a convict camp elsewhere. Father Glorious agreed, and it was settled to have a lynching in the town for the whole public viewing. You can zoom out. This camera angle is almost sickening. The music didn't help either. God damn, why is the camera so wonky? Moses was none too pleased and said he had done nothing to nobody. When they were tying the noose around his neck, he said he'd curse the prison and the whole town of Needle, and that his ancestors' evil spirit would forever haunt him. Oh, there you go. You done doomed yourself by doing that then. This is I was here when they hung him, since it's my job to clean up afterwards. The bench the bench they was hanging him on broke during the lynching and he fell from a height which broke both his legs. Oh, oh god. Dark, dingy hallway. They dragged his broken body back to a different tree and hung him again. This time it worked. The townfolk gave an applause, and I specifically remember the beamy smile on Farmer Jim's face, the memory of his hanging body with his eyes bulging out haunt me every day. Yeah, it would. Holy God, he didn't deserve it. This camera angle. I always fear that he cursed that his curse had put demons and wicked spirits on this prison in town. Everything gone straight to hell in these in three shakes of a in three shake of a shape of a sheep's tail, as the saying goes. Zoom out. Yeah, you're starting to lose it. Out in the rain. Yeah, he was starting to lose it. Where's the dot? Up there. Yeah. His curse, his curse that this town would suffer would probably come true. Yeah, I have no idea what that is. Goodness, ridiculous, goodness gracious sakes, but altogether, I think that's what it is. I got to go to the town temple and tell Father Glorious about all this. He and he alone can save us. That's where he'll that's why he said in the sermon. Mm. Zoom out so I can see the next dot. Oh, straight. Chapter 3, Angels. Oh god, okay, so we're done with the prison. The glorious mood curse I drained from walking, but I must endure. Alright, so we're back in the forest, Tito. Thank the Lord I'm I'm far I'm far enough from the prison now. I often wish that the temple would weren't built on such a high cliff. But I God damn it. Because it got the worry about Stonewall following me all the way up here. Some of the words I just can't make out, and it's pissing me off. Father Glorious had the temple built on the cliff so he could watch over us for our protection. There's many there's many dangers out there for us plain and simple town folk. And as father says, the biggest one is the black people. Oh dear fuck. Since the war ended, we've been told that the blacks need to be put in prison and kept inside, or else they'll run rampant on our women and children, and all that father asks in return is this protection is we donate our earning to the temple, which I've been gladly doing. I remember being in this exact spot just the other day, I was sitting on this here rock with little Susie, and the other children were playing nearby. Okay. A couple of children had put pine seed under this tree and was waiting behind it with a basket. They were trying to catch a fox squirrel. Well, they finally trapped one and they howled with joy. I'm gonna pick the twig through its mouth, through its mouth and out the other end. Hmm, said one of the rascals, and I'm gonna start a fire so we can burn it like we see on the ritual the other day, said the other. Oh, what bad teachings. Sudi picked up a rock and threw it at the child's foot before they could do anything. It made him scoot away, and Sudi freed the squirrel. She was the most favorite child, always laughing and always smiling with her bright big smile. Okay, so Susie had a heart. I ain't heard her laugh in a long time, though she was helping an escaped prisoner and the temple found out. Soon after it was announced that she'd been chosen as the new Lady Bliss. Oh no. I only imagine what that means. I was overjoyed for her little Susie'd been chosen to be the newest wife of Father Glorious. Father said it was his holy duty to get married 80 times by the apocalypse, and now Susie would be one of the Lady Bliss. Oh, 80 times before the apocalypse. Grand. I remember seeing her on the day of the wedding ceremony. She looked like an angel when she walked down the aisle and sat next to Father Glorious. She she looked at her. I looked at her and she looked back at me with the saddest eyes. Oh, how I wish I could have comforted her in that moment. Boy. I had seen her 3 months later in the next ceremony, when Father Glorious was marrying the new young Lady Bliss. Sudi stood behind the throne alongside the other Lady Blisses. Along the other Lady Bliss. Oh, what a horrible incident. Horrible. She looked different than the other girls because she weren't smiling. Her eyes had an empty, lost look. I waved to her, but I figured she hadn't noticed. Oh, girl laughed in the distance. Who? Wait a god darn minute. That sounds like Sudi. Sudi, my child, where are you? That's what I was gonna figure. It might be Susie, because we're talking about her. Somebody just straight walking on the path. Sudi is Sudi. It's really you. I'm so glad I finally found you. I can't wait to tell your parents. They've been worried sick about you. Hold on, let me go around the horn. There we go. I've been asking the whole town since I hadn't heard from you, but they always turn the topic when I say your name. They just look down and never answer. They're ashamed. For your ma and pa, been looking awfully broken-hearted as of late. They don't even look like the same old folk no more, with sunken eyes and deep buried frowns. Ugh. Feels like all the happiness had been sucked straight out of them. Yeah. Oh, we're just following her. I think if it is Sudi, we're just following her. Slow down, child. My legs ain't so good, and I've been walking all day. Listen, something awful strange is going on. The whole town just disappeared. Oh boy, I'm sitting down by the water a minute. Dog's my dog's killing me. Zoom out. Okay, so we're gonna take a seat by the water to rest our feet. I don't like coming here because I seen the dead bodies of prisoners washed up on this here shore. I hadn't seen no gunshot wound on them, so I figured they either drowned or was drowned by somebody. Whoops. There's the Alabama River. It took many hours by boat to get the near to get next to get the nearest town called Shiloh. That's actually where I'm from, and it came to Needle more than 15 years ago. Boy, I sure had a different life back then. Right? So Shiloh. So much fucking reading, and it's all broken English, but it's fun. Some of the town folk have been thinking about a boat, but taking a boat and leaving Needle for good. It's too late for that now, because the big day tomorrow, the apocalypse. So why now? Why a day early? And why did Godfrey miss it? Tomorrow is 8/8/88. The whole town gonna gather in a big field, and all of us are going to drink the heavenly milk. The town children be the first to drink it, and then they'll cover their faces with white cloths, lay them down in the field, and wait for the angels to take them to heaven. Oh. After that, us townfolk will drink, then finally Father Glorious at the end. At the end, I get slap happy thinking about the final moments as we all lay in the field with our faces covered. Oh boy. some weeks ago, we was all brought to the field to practice the last day, but we were given regular old milk, not the special heavenly milk they've been making and storing down at the prison. I wouldn't even want to drink it in. I wouldn't want to drink anything that would come from the prison with how they described the how deplorable it was. This is a lot of reading, and I'm getting tongue tied. Why I'll be? What the heck is? Where the heck is the temple guards? There's always a small army of guards of them guarding the temple gate, but hadn't no trace of them today because they're all gone. They're all dead. The whole town's afraid of the bastards. They wear ugly green robes and frightened white wings and frightening white wigs. Most part Worst part of the mask they wear, with the long noses hanging down to their chins, big circles for eyes, and their creepy smiles that stretch ear to ear, and they carry powerful rifles. No one knows who's behind the mask, neither. I've heard that one must pass many vile and despicable rituals to become a temple guard. I can't even think about these sick customs. Yeah. Little twang. I had a nightmare about the exact spot the other night. I was. It was dreadful, scary, and it really shook me up. Only thing that gave me peace was that it possibly, it hadn't possibly happened in real life. That music is awfully scary. I dreamt that there was a whole cavalry of temple guards here more than 50 of them. They were standing all alert and ready to shouting orders at each other and talking and taking up positions. There was a terrifying panic in their voices, such that I can't fathom. There over yonder a mass of people was slowly approaching and hiding amongst the trees and bushes. It was black faces and white faces, prisoners and townsfolk all together. So the uprising. You drunk for the uprising. Okay. And a mass of people kept marching forward, hundreds of them. That's when the temple guards started firing and kept on firing till all the place was filled with heavy smokes from the rifle. Whoops. Bodies upon dead bodies lie in the wake, black bodies and white bodies, prisoners and townsfolk. Blood streamed to puddles from the corpses, but the masses kept coming forward, stepping over dead bodies, trampling over the almost dead. And a few of the guards ran out of bullets and tried to escape from the growing mob. One guard climbed up this here pole, but slipped and fell onto the rocks with a bone-crushing thud, and the mob beat on his dead body till the green robe darkened with bleeding. Ugh. The guard mask was broken when he fell, and I distinctly remembered in the nightmare that it was the dead face of Farmer Jim. That wouldn't surprise me. Him being a devout believer, it wouldn't surprise me if he was a guard. Dear God. And I'm going past the time, but I'm gonna finish this. I don't want to stop. In the nightmare, I found myself as a part of the mob, and there was no black or white in this mob. It was just one big, breathing, heaving, seething monster. Oh, I like that. I mean, yeah, they were all fed up with shit. So they all band together and just become one big thing. Because they all work together. And the temple guard shot away the monster, but there was no stopping it. There was just too much bottled up rage power in it. Exactly. Rage at all the lies, rage at the torture, rage at the injustice, rage at the exploitation, rage at the abuse, and rage of simply being made a fool of. Yes. Like it. But strong rifle did damage to the beast. Countless human carcasses lay all over the place, some with blown off limbs, others half dead crying for help in agony. But the crowd kept a coming forward to get the guards. And in the nightmare, some of the scariest part was what happened when the townfolk got a hold of the guards. The townfolk didn't use no rifles. They only brought whatever tools they had. They had from home: knives, hammers, and axes. The mob pounded on the temple guard, and townfolk mashed in his head with iron rods and iron griddles. A town woman, then repeatedly stabbed his buddy in hysteria on this here wall, all the while screaming like a rabid animal. Ugh. I mean, it'll all come to a head, so it'll be horrible. Another part of the dream, I saw a group of barefoot prisoners overpowering a couple of guards and grab their rifle from them. The prisoner didn't know how to fire the gun, but mistakenly pulled the trigger and shot the guard through the stomach at point blank range. Ugh. The force of the shot pushed the prisoner off his feet, and he flew down this ledge. As for the guard, he sh- he shot most blew his body into two halves. Oh God! And the crazed crowd just lunged forward. They was covered with the mix of blood and dead prisoners and dead townsfolk and dead guards blood. They were drenched in sweat from the sweltering humidity, and their eyes held no look but pure lunacy. Some folks had brought with them firelit torches and they lit ablaze the dead bodies of the guards. They hollered and laughed like wild children as there was anything funny about it. Oh. And at the end of the dream, all the guards had been killed, and the prisoners and townsfolk sat here all in complete silence. Then one of the townsfolk broke into a loud sob, and the rest of the folk joined, mourning the loss of the town children and their fellow townsfolk and their hope. Others cried for the newly found freedom. It's strange that I have this same nightmare almost every night, and I'm always waking up screaming and crying from it. Huh. Strange. It wasn't easy, but I finally made it to the temple. I already started to feel peace in my mind because I've arrived at the my most favorite place. Okay, I have to go around. I wish everyone could see how grand the temple is. The lovely marble on the floor is from some far off country. The fine wooden roofs all the way from Oregon. And the stained glass mural is by a fancy artist up north. Oh, I already saw that one. Whoops. Ah, here we go. I'm gonna bow down at Father Gloria's feet even longer than we usually do, because I'm so delighted to see him. I can finally tell him how everyone's gone missing, and he'll and I'm sure he'll find a solution. I'm afraid to tell you this, Godfrey, but I think he's no longer there. He's not among the living. I do believe so. But then, of course, we are following somebody, so it could be the father, but who knows at this point? I really don't. Could be anybody. I wonder if they'll let me into the temple, though there's been some tension between the town and temple recently. And the tension's been taking a toll on everyone, on even poor Father Glorious. At a sermon some days ago, he said there was a traitor amongst us, and he broke down crying, asking if we lost faith in him. Oh ho ho. Hmm. I gotta go around again. We all shouted a resounding no, and told him that he's our savior. How could we ever lose faith in him? Thankfully, that cheered him up, and he went on, and he was smiling the next minute. Interesting. Temple's on fire. Temple, it burns. Oh my lord, the temple's on fire. Oh my lordy mercy. Help, please, somebody help. Our holy temple is burning. Oh, sweet Lord, have mercy. Oh God. There's nothing left. The whole temple's on fire. It's all burned down to hell. Damn that George Grady and the rest of non-believers who'd been planning this. They burnt it down. They really burnt it down. Where's Father Glorious? Where's all the ladies bliss? God Almighty, what should I do? There's just nothing left. There's nothing left no more, and there hadn't been a soul here to help me. You're on your own there, Godfrey. Too much blood, sweat, and tears went into building this temple, and many blacks died during its construction. Father Gloria said it'd be the last structure standing during the apocalypse, but now it's gone already. Uh, oh God, that smoke is thick. Why? Why? Is This is where the townfolk would have sat on the floor when Father delivers his sermons. It was only a few days ago when he was preaching and getting us ready for the last day. And this is where Father Glorious sits on his own, sits at his mighty purple throne, his mini wife standing behind him, and the current Lady of Bliss beside him, and behind him the mosaic showing Father's encounter with the angels. So hard to see. And uh, they're here special rooms. None of the townfolk allowed in them. They're only for Father's special friend like Judge Ravenel, the sheriff, and other big officials. They're always accompanied by by the young Lady Blisses. Oh, I don't like yeah, no. But now it's all burnt down to dust by George and his merry band of non-believers. Ye all hadn't come into heaven with us, Tamara. You could have burned and scorched here during the apocalypse. Sumac. Tamara, how are any of us going to the heavens if Father Glorious isn't here? What's going to happen tomorrow on the big day that all of us have been waiting for? There is no us left, it's just you. Everybody gone. But there are people around who've been hearing we've been hearing sounds of gunshots and stuff, so people are around. They're just not showing themselves. Are all of us honest God believers already going also gonna burn in fires when the apocalypse happened? Are we to suffer for the acts of these Don Gouard non believers that did this? Possibly. No, no, no. I've been running all over Hill's half acre preparing for the big day tomorrow. I've I done waited patiently all these years to go to the heaven and taste the streams of honey and the cream of the finest and the fine wine. And be in the green hills away from the cursed stinking town of Needle and the curse ta- I have no idea. Prison and all the death and the dying bodies and the torture, and I'm getting dizzy and can't think, and I'm too old, and I'm thirsty, and I'm drained, and I'm getting dizzy, dizzy, dizzy. Well, yeah, okay, so he would. What happened? That Sudi scream. Where am I? I must have passed out. It's already night. Sudi, where are you? I'm gonna find help. She's in danger. Well, yeah, you walked into a smoke filled building and just stood there. That was going to happen. Oh God, it's so purple. Purple. It's so blue. How am I supposed to see? She's a strong girl. Hadn't liked her to scream. She'd helped an escaped prisoner, knowing darn well what happened to her family and herself. Her ma and pa was beaten up by the guards in front of the whole town and in front of Susie. Her parents only agreed to the marriage after the temple threatened them with much worse fate for her. God damn, 2 hours in, holy shit. The last time I saw her at the temple, she was standing behind the throne with the other lady Bliss. She dropped a letter for me, and I sneakily picked it up when I bowed down at Father's feet. Ooh. I gave the letter to George Grady because he's the only few folk in the town that can read. I don't know what it said, but I remember seeing the color leave his face after he read it. He wrote a reply and asked me to give it to Susie, but I hadn't seen her since. So was she planning an escape or telling the truth? Based on Susie's letter, George called a secret town meeting late the other night. That's where he proposed that silly idea of freeing the prisoners to take on the temple guard. Okay. After the meeting, when I was sitting alone at home, I heard a knock on the door. After after well, lo and behold, it was none other than Farmer Jim, and he brought along a bottle of freshly made moonshine. All right, time to get drunk and spill your secret then. I stopped drinking many years ago because Miss Wilson said the devil's in the bottle. Well, maybe I didn't have a wee bit. Maybe I did have a wee bit here and there when she'd gone to bed early, and Billy slid me a few sips every time we had a hard day at the prison. Okay. So you dabbled, but not excessively. Anyhow, anyhows, that no good farmer Jim wheeled me into having some moonshine with him, and I had too much drink and told him stuff from the meeting that I ought not. Yeah. So he drugged him up. He got the truth out of him. I'm sure Farmer Jim went and told the temple about the townsfolk having doubts about the apocalypse. I curse I cussed my damn self for spilling the beans about the meeting. Oh, Godfrey, you done fucked up. Read letter. Dear Mr. George, I dearly pray that you are reading that you read my first letter. As I had written, you must do all you can to stop the town from drinking the heavenly milk. The town has been lied to about everything. I beg you, please save the people. The temple has started suspecting me. Give my love to Ma and Pa. Susie. All right. I wish to heaven that I would have learned how to read when Susie was trying to teach me, but I always kept forgetting everything. I hadn't got time to figure out what the letter says. Whoops. Judging by the moon, it's already well past midnight. That means the apocalypse is upon us. But the angel had gone had gone come unless Father reads his special prayer. There's only one place the mob could have taken him could have taken him. I got to find him lickety split before they do it. Ah, reading extremely difficult. Ooh, I'll leave the flower that I picked for Sooty here. Oh, that was him setting stuff down. Okay. Oh, hold on. Let me go back around. There we go. Are we at the field? I dragged myself down the hill and made it to the farm that led back to the town. It was going fast, but I had a feeling something. Oh yeah, the. I got to stay positive. Everything going to be fine. Lord willing, and the cracks done, and the creeks done right. Don't rise. There, these, the, those fools burnt down the temple, but they never do nothing to Father Glorious, nor, no, they wouldn't lay a finger on him. God damn. Um, why, he spent his life for our benefit, looking over us, protecting us, and preparing us for today. Whatever misunderstanding the town had, he still our Father Glorious, so we sure won't harm him. Are you sure about that? I'm not so sure about that. No, I had, they hadn't gone, gone doing what we'd done to Titus. I promised Miss Wilson I wouldn't go to the ritual. I would go to the ritual, but gosh darn it, I went to the one Titus was invited to. God, music. I saw when the townsfolk dragged Titus blindfolded through these meadows in his white robes while chanting glory, glory, glory. And I seen where they brought him to the big kindling they call hellfire. And I see when Farmer Jim lit the fire and the townsfolk set on branches as Father Gloria read from the holy book. I remember seeing the terror on Titus's blindfolded face. He could smell the black smoke and must have known what was coming. Titus was then tied to a stake, kicking and screaming. He was carried into the raging fire, and as it swallowed him whole, all of us just sat and watched, even the town children. Fucking deplorable. I don't like it. And that's where they're taking father now. Oh, they're gonna tie him onto the stake. They're gonna light the fire, and the non-believer bastards are going to burn him alive. There's going to be nothing left of our Father Glorious, of our Father Glory, but a charred body and ashes. That would be interesting if that happened, but I suspect there's something else afoot. I just don't know what. I'm losing it again. I'm losing it again. I've got lost. I've got to breathe and be calm. Here, nothing happened. Nothing gonna happen. Everything's fine. We'll all be waiting too darn long for this day. I'm going to find Father Glorious soon, and he'll be dressed in his fine white robes. And soon dawn. Soon it's dawn. The town bells will toll, and all the townsfolk will congregate in the field. There'll be joy on everyone's face, excitement that we're all going to fly away to heaven. As many of townsfolk will be looking at the sky and trying to see the bright light that the angels will shine. And when everyone gathers, Father Glorious will read his final sermon, and he'll remind us how blessed we all are. We are to be believers, for only will ascend to the promised land. Are we here? And the non-believers and the blacks, they'll be destroyed by the hails and fires, and everything will be devoured by the blaze of the apocalypse. We'll look down from the sky to see this sad world burning. And with the final sermon complete, and the townsfolk will have applaud, and the guards will bring out the heavy cakes filled with the heavenly milk. Oh. And first, the town children will be lined up, and they'll be given a glass of milk, and they'll be told to drink it even if it tastes foul. And after that, their ma and pa will tie the right white cloth around their faces, and the children will lie down in the field. Then it'll be the parents' turn to drink the milk. Don't like that. But then something will go awfully wrong. Many of the children will start screaming the most painful, heart-wrenching cries, and then more children will start wailing and shrieking in complete torment. Yeah? And many of the children will start grabbing at their head and chest with extreme pain, the likes that they have never felt, and many of the white cloth wrapped around their faces will become stained with filth, with the filth, become stained and filthy with puke. Yeah. And the parents will run to help their children, but they'll be stopped by the guards with powerful rifles, and the desperate parents will push the guards away, but the children will have already stopped screaming and crying as their as they'll fall as the fallen faces first on the field lie without breathing. Oops. And the parents finally start understanding the whole truth, and they'll fix their maniac eyes on the guard temple, and Father Glorious gives instructions to the guards, and they start firing, blasting the townsfolk. So you know what's going to happen. And some will die by gunshots to the head, the chest, and the other backs, and others will get crushed as the townsfolk rush to lock themselves in their homes. So, but the guards will shoot many a door open and kill whomever they find inside, and by the guards they'll run out of bullets, and they'll safely take Father Glory back to the temple. And will know the truth. See, I can hear the sound of chanting. I reckon I'm close to the mob. I better hurry and get there before they light the fire. Please don't do it. You're all gonna be forgiven if you repent and let Father Glories go. Even with all that, you still believe in him? Even George Grady. George Grady can be forgiven for plotting against Father. Damn it! I should have never given him that blasted letter from Sudi. It got him really riled up. I don't even know what it said. And I should have never given George the extra key to the prison. So you gave him? I didn't know he actually. No! God damn it! Dog barking. So he did it. Why that? Why in all the tarnation is that damn dog Stonewall doing here? Boy, I really lost my marbles. That dog was killed when the prisoners escaped. Sorry, I'm thinking about stuff, but I've been looking forward to the day for more than 14 years, dutifully paying my earnings to the temple and devoting my heart and soul to Father Glorious. It would all supposed to be the happy day of our lives, and the day where we, where our where all our misery would finally go away. All our misery would finally go away. Indeed, the apocalypse would happen 8880, just not the one we was promised for so long. Why would the sort of milk from the heaven cause those children instant brutal deaths? Get it with poison. Whoops. And what kind of temple killed their own congregation? What kind of leader peacefully watched the violent massacre unfold on his own faithful believers? Father Glorious must have had a divine reason to wrong us. Oh God! It's already lit. The fire for the love of God, let him go. Whatever he did was for the light of our benefit. Only he can take us to the promised land. Let's all forget the wretched world behind us and extend to paradise with the angels. Oh, there. I've seen too much of this dreaded fateful day, too much of death and too much of bloodshed and too much savagery. Please take me away from here. I've been living through the same nightmare for too many years. I can't take it no longer. I've been looking forward to this wonderful I've been looking forward all day wondering where the townfolk and where the prisoner disappeared to, but I finally remember where everyone is. They're all dead and gone since years ago. It's so did the uprising happen years ago and you're just there's nothing there. There's no text. There's nothing to be said, nothing to be read. Nothing to be explained. For the answers are right in front of us. The whole town said I'm a dummy because I can't think so good and I keep forgetting everything, but I had no idea I was no different from the others. See, we all simply forget things when we've seen and we've heard, we hadn't learned from them. That was a difficult sentence to read. I apologize for that one. I overheard a professor telling the other prisoners one day, we forget what happened in the past and we let it repeat again and again. Nothing is going to change unless we stop forgetting. Phony, disheartened, dishonest prophets will keep springing up and singing their gospel of us against them. Making sure my mouse isn't. They'll keep driving us. They'll keep driving us for their own benefit, dividing us for their own benefit, and we'll keep praising them and following them with eyes shut and mind closed. When they are going to start learning from the past, when are we going to open our eyes? I'm just gonna curl up and sit here a while. I'm old and seen a hell of a lot that no man oughta, and I know darn well when I wake up tomorrow, I'm gonna forget everything and live the same day over again. Just like I've been living repeatedly for the last 12 years. Oh God. I wish I died in the mind like the others, like the other that day many years ago. Oh Lord, why do you let me live and see all that I've seen in the cursed town? Why? Why? 27 years earlier, not later, earlier. I really get out of the mind coming down. Get the hell out now, save yourself all the crashing down. My God, I can't see, help me, help me. Get out, Godfrey, you can't save him. Hurry, fuck. I didn't get that. Goddamn, the mines company is sending us down here. My lord is just mashed up bodied under the rocks. Oh my lord. Where? Oh. You're almost out. There's the exit. Hurry up now. God, it's so hard to see. Georgia put shut down after scandal. Judge and sheriff accused for profiteering from prisoners. Cartwright Prison had been permanently shut down following a damning report by Senator Barnes of Alabama. The report detailed the and residents of small town turning shark flying objects in the sky appeared to they appeared bright lights in the sky. So UFOs. Yes, for sure. That by me. Okay. So that's where we play at with Godfrey Davis. (1866). Well, they're cowed now. Stop your goddamn hollering and mooing, you stupid cow. I'm coming. Can't a man get no goddamn sleep around here? What the world coming to? That a Cartwright have to tend to the horses and cows personally. The war done ravaged my whole business. The lousy no good Yankee destroyed my land and freed my ungrateful damn slaves. Hell, I given those blacks food and shelter, but they betrayed me in the end. They left me the minute they could, just like she left me as soon as my money had done run out. Curse all of them and curse those blasted cows that won't stop hollering. I miss the good old days. Just be sitting here on my porch watching the slaves work the field, hearing them say yes, yes sir, every time I ask for anything. But now look at me. Ain't got no more slaves, no money, no family, and no goddamn respect. Well, that's what you deserve. That's what you deserve. All I got left a couple of cows that that don't let me sleep and a rotten job at the prison. Boy, whenever I get the chance, there's going to be hell for all those who wronged me. Oh, I'm Avery Cartwright. Cartwright. I will show everybody again once I'm back on my feet. I'd be riding with the clan and been going back to church, and Lord's gonna show me the way. So we're playing Avery Cartwright. Where the hell did my cows go? The cow left them too. The cow deserted him like everybody else did. What a horrible man he is. Where's the next dot? Normally it's really close to me if I can't find it. But where's the where's the escape button? I have no idea. I'm like, where the hell the next? Oh fuck! Are you kidding me? Oh, hello. Holy cow, that was a long one. I didn't expect that to go as long as it did. I couldn't leave that one. There it was just that kind of story very hard to leave like on a cliffhanger, so I could continue. That was interesting. Yeah, that was very interesting. So all that stuff did happen. He had just got out of the mind and we're just seeing it as a dream. God damn. That was crazy. Because it was one of the things that he started to realize that it's like this is not good. This is bad. But he still praised the father, so That was interesting. That was fun. Really descriptive on stuff. Definitely hitting on some hard topics. Still good. But I'm gonna go now. That was a bit longer than I anticipated, but I'm glad I did that one. So I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm not sure what we're playing. I'll let you guys know on Twitter or somewhere on those socials of what we're gonna be playing tomorrow. But I will see you guys later. Have a nice night, guys. Thank you for watching. That was fun. Good night.